So you got Mommy, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. Who would you choose? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Raw Takes with Chidi Bang. I'm your host, Chidi Bang, representing Reasonable Wrestling, the underground professional wrestling podcast. And I'm here to talk about Raw. My Raw takes on Raw. This has just been 18 minutes since the show ended, giving you my immediate takes on the show. Now, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. Let's talk about it. Who y'all picking? Who y'all picking? If you're Dom and you're in this scenario where you have Liv Morgan, who has helped you defeat your father for the first time in your life. She has actually, Most High says both. Let's say you can't have both. Let's say you can't have both. Hypothetically, let's say if you can, it'd be a great thing, right? I mean, who wouldn't want both? But think about it. You got Liv Morgan. She helped you defeat your father for the first time in your career. She actually kisses you live on television. She's helped your boys win the tag team championship. And over the past couple of years, what you've been doing is just chasing around the tail of Mommy, Liv Morgan, helping her win all her matches in this almost Stockholm Syndrome relationship. What are you getting from that? What is Dom getting from that? And this love triangle, which I'm thoroughly enjoying, it's been great. I think more than anything, is helping us see a vulnerable Rhea Ripley for the first time in a long time. She lost her championship. Dom is compromised. And sure enough, they're in a compromised position tonight, where in the show, Dominic Mysterio, let's take it one step at a time. The show opened up with Mommy, Rhea Ripley, showing up and pretty much talking her piece, saying that she has been seeing Liv Morgan walk around with something that belongs to her. And she ain't talking about Dominic Mysterio. She's talking about that WWE Women's World Championship. That's what she wants. So the first thing she addressed was the championship. She wasn't even thinking about that. She's like, I'll handle that shit later. I'll handle that later. Because Dom is in the bag. She knows that she's the Dom of Dom, to be honest with you. Liv more, Dominic comes out to, plead to Mommy and brings her flower, black flower, black rose, which is, apropos for the whole stick that Mommy has. But the crowd won't let him talk, of course. He wants to apologize. He wants to make amends. But sure enough, Liv Morgan shows up on a Titantron. I'm not sure if we still call it that, but I'm going to call it the Titantron. My mama called it the Titantron. I'm going to call it Titantron. So she shows up on the Titantron, and she's talking about how she always knew that Liv Morgan and her was going to be the thing, but this revenge tour is going to continue, and she's done more for Dom than Mommy's done for him, and that she's not the same Liv Morgan that she was before. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley makes it known that she's not just coming to face her at SummerSlam to take her championship, but she wants to end her career. So later on the night, we see Dom trying to make amends with Rhea Ripley backstage, and he's with Damian Priest. She walks off. Damian Priest is like, "Yo," he's like, "Why'd you tell me Rhea was coming to the show last week?" He's like, "Why'd you tell me that you were lying about talking to her all this time?" And then Jey Uso comes up and says, "Listen, is it true? Is it true that Rhea Ripley is single and ready to mingle?" She's like, "Yo, tell her to call me." So That's right in front of Dom. Damian Priest says, "Yo, you gotta show him. You've been in prison. You don't let people just talk about your girl like that. You gotta show him that she belongs to you." So they set up a match with Jey Uso and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic in the match, good back and forth, and of course they do the same spot where Liv comes out to help him out, saves him from a splash. She's out there like, "Yo, please leave. Don't be here." And then baseball slide drop kick by Jey Uso to the back of Dom. He lands on top of Liv. Liv turns him over, is mounting him, rubbing his face. "This is my brutality," hits. And Rhea chases him off. Sure enough, the distraction allows Jey Uso to get a spear get a spear on Dominic and win the match. But let's be real. I'm sorry. I'm on Liv. Sorry, I'm choosing Liv. I know we all love Rhea. She looks incredible. She came back looking great shape as always. And she got some new ink on her. Loving it. She looks incredible. But man, Liv is that sometimes the side chick is a bit more fun, ain't it? And Liv is that side chick, and the side chick is sometimes more fun. And Liv seems like she's a lot more fun. And sometimes you just want something new. So if I'm down, I'm going to Liv, seeing what that's like for a little bit, because mommy ain't doing nothing for you. And like I said before, this is Rhea Ripley being vulnerable. Even during the Becky Lynch storyline going to WrestleMania, she wasn't really vulnerable. That was her first real test. She had a little bit of a test with Nia Jax in Australia. That was good. But this is like a mind fuck. She's now mentally vulnerable. And seeing her, succumb to what's going on with Liv and getting her head, and she's trying to kill her and her career, chasing her out the arena every single week. She's a little bit out of her own element, whereas we see a more composed composed Rhea Ripley all the time. So I like seeing that. But I'm on the side of Liv, and I want Liv to win the championship and continue her reign and continue her revenge tour into the fall. SummerSlam should not be the end of this revenge tour. It should not be the end of Liv's reign, but I'm enjoying the entertainment as we go along. So shout out to Liv Morgan for everything she's doing. She came out on the Titantron saying that, yeah, her voice is a little scratchy because she just spent the whole weekend in Mexico and she's a screamer. Little lines like that, shit, it's fire. It's fire. So he said, "I'm glad I'm not on the show with this take." All right. I'm glad you're not on the show either. This is my shit. So welcome. Welcome to Raw Takes. But yeah, listen, man, I'm contrarian, man. I want Liv to continue this run. And I think more than ever right now, this SummerSlam is showing the depth of WWE's roster. We don't need the Charlotte Flairs. We don't need the Mercedes or Bianca or Bayley. Bayley's going to be in the match quick. You don't need Becky. These are the guys who were the staples, of the women's division. But we got Rhea, we got Bayley, we got Nia, we got Liv, and we even got some of the women, on Raw doing their own thing with the new groups showing up with Sonya Deville that I'm really enjoying their interactions with the other groups on Raw. They seem like a dangerous group that are trying to take out the women and usurp their dominance on that brand, low key. But not just with the women. We have a World Heavyweight Championship match at SummerSlam that is Damian Priest versus Gunther. That is, think about it. That's Punishment Martinez versus Walter, man. The depth that they can headline SummerSlam shows that they've been building these guys incredibly well over the past year, 2 years. And with the promo they had tonight, Damian Priest probably had the best promo I've seen him have in his entire career. He talked about how he's from the streets. He talked about how he had to earn everything to even get where he's at, much less become the world champion. And the juxtaposition of him and Gunther is Gunther's privileged. Gunther Gunther is privileged, and he said to Gunther, "Listen, you're not the reason why you are looking you like you because Gunther's kind of sunning him, looking past him, saying, listen, just hand me that championship. I've been scouting you over the past couple of months, and you can't hold it." He's flat out told him like, "You're not living up to the World Heavyweight Championship. Just hand it to me now, so I can put some prestige on this championship." And what Damian Priest said is like, "Yo, the fact that you are saying this to me right now shows that you don't have heart." He said, "Listen, you're going to lose to me because of the same way you lost the championship at WrestleMania, and that's because you don't have heart. You are completely." Wait, he said, "Oh, the hyperbole. Hyperbole of what? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about." But yeah, he said that pretty much that Gunther is yeah, he's privileged. And Gunther doubled down. He's like, yeah, it's like, hey, listen, hey, don't be mad at me because my parents, set me up for a privileged life. So set me up to have a great life, and you had to struggle. He's like, I'm not one of, I'm not a street thug. Pretty much, I'm not from the streets. I don't have to get it out the mud. And it was intense. And they came face to face. They nose to nose, and it seemed like they were doing a great job in building that angle. And I was waiting for this face off because seeing how they would tell the story, because Damian Priest came up as a complete baby face, like 100%, 100% baby face. Although he's had like teases of it over the past couple of months, he's also had a baby face in the ring with him usually. Other than Drew, like if Seth Rollins was in the ring with him or Jey Uso. This time it's a bona fide heel who's not going to be in their hometown, and this is the first time I'm seeing Damian Priest cut a babyface promo to his face and brought up things that like, yo, listen, what makes me different than you is because I've been through a struggle, and I have heart. So then after that, that led to Braun Strowman coming out. He had a match with Damian Priest where Damian Priest was fighting from behind. Damian Priest was fighting as the smaller guy, which is rare for him to do, but it definitely showed his versatility. Damian Priest, as big as he is, he's not a power guy. He's a striker, and that was clearly on display in this match. I really enjoyed his technique in the match, and he actually did hit the South of Heaven on Braun Strowman, so shit was ill. Definitely looked strong at the end, and him and Gunther were staring each other down after the match. So the depth of the roster is strong. It feels like I mean, I play a lot of Madden. I got the college football game. I'm gonna be playing that once I get my shit set up this week. But it reminds me of teams that have a big middle card of the card, and they say, you know what, instead of putting my starters in, I'm gonna put the backups in and give them experience. And I'm not saying that Damian Priest and Gunther are any type of backup because they are superstars in their own right. But what I mean is that this is their first SummerSlam headline, and this is a great experience for them um, to showcase and steal a show. Like really, to show that they are the main event of that show. There is no Roman Reigns that are going to be there. Seth Rollins doesn't have a match quite yet. I'm sure he'll have something, but he ain't the headline. This is the championship match right now that's on the card. We're probably going to get CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, even though Drew McIntyre is still suspended. But we'll see if CM Punk comes off of the injury. I think they're still waiting to see if he's healthy. I think that's why they haven't announced it. So maybe we won't get it. I don't know, but they did tease that match today, and we'll see. But more than anything, for them to be main eventing the second biggest show of the year in the WWE calendar is huge for both of these men and how far they've come in their careers from the Indies, from Puerto Rico to the Indies, ROH. Now, Damian Priest from Punishment Martinez to Damian Priest, incredible rise. And then, Walter killing it in UK. now to NXT UK, and then to NXT, now to the Raw, and changing to Gunther, doubting his name change. To see him both of these men rise to the occasion and get this spot is big. It's big time. Let's see here. Chris says, but they aren't the main event. Rhea is a bigger match than Damian, in my opinion. Well, it is arguable. But they still got time to build both of the matches. I think Rhea has the better story for sure. But this match with Damian's promo, why don't you go watch the promo if you haven't seen it yet. It's really good. It's really good how they frame the match. And obviously we don't got like a whole long story. He won the King of the Ring. It was set up that he's going to get the championship match at SummerSlam. And here we go with Damian Priest still holding it. He's from WrestleMania. He just hasn't dropped it. I'm saying it's a test for them. I'm not saying that there aren't more better built stories, because I think we can all say that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre technically is the main event of everything, if that happens. But I can argue that Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan could be somebody's main event because of the storyline going into it. Those are the two best storylines in WWE right now. And then also you got Cody Rhodes. Let's not forget Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. So with that being said, though, you are in a championship match at SummerSlam, meaning that this is an opportunity to show the world and to show the roster and show the guys in the back, show everybody that you are worthy of that spot. And I think that Triple H didn't take the title off of him for them to go out there and prove who they are on one of the biggest stages in a championship match. So shout out to both Gunther and Damian Priest for their diligence in getting to where they are today, and with all the doubters defying all the odds, and I think they're gonna kill it. I think they got something to prove. And after this promo, I think they got some what's the word, man? Some aggressiveness that they want to get out there. So especially Damian Priest, I think he has something to prove. I think he has a chip on the shoulder. Says, I hear you, appreciate it, bro. He said he saw the promo, and that's why I said hyperbole. I didn't really dig it from Damian's point of view. I can't believe that you're saying that. I mean, in my opinion, that was his best promo I've heard. I don't know. That promo sticks out to me. He told his story in a way, and then also juxtaposed it to his opponent to say, listen, why I'm different than you. And he said, listen, you're looking past me, but this is the same reason why you lost at WrestleMania, because you have no heart. I thought that was a deep cutting bar for Gunther, because Gunther is almost impenetrable as a force, and to say something that cuts at him is what, he's boring? That's the only thing you can say? No, but he says something like, you don't have heart. And that's why he used the loss at WrestleMania to double down on him overlooking himself. I thought it was a fitting promo for Damian. I don't remember other promo by him. I think this is the best promo I've seen. So that's just in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong. I could see why people say that. I know you're saying it's hyperbole, but I'm just being completely honest. I can't remember a promo with Damian Priest or Punishment Martinez that I'm like, yo, yeah, he killed that. He had decent promos, but it wasn't like he killed it. I think he killed it tonight. Yeah, moving along to the whole CM Punk Drew thing. Drew McIntyre did have a segment with Adam Pearce in the ring tonight, where Adam Pearce said, listen, I know you want that match. There's an opportunity for a big moment with you and CM Punk. I know you want it. The fans want it. I want to see it, but I need you to apologize to these refs. Now, I'm not sure what happened. I might be forgetting my memory of why he's telling him to apologize. I thought he got told him to apologize to him. I remember him elbowing him in the post show. I don't know if Drew took out some refs after that match in Money in the Bank. I could be completely missing that or forgot about it. But he had him apologize refs to get the match. So if you want the match, I'll make sure it happens, but you got to apologize to these refs. And Drew snapped. He didn't want to do that. He's like, y'all been screwing me. Like, the fact that you guys still chant CM Punk's name, dude was going off. And I love it. Drew had every right to lose his shit every fucking week, to be quite honest. Drew honestly has been screwed many, many times. And that's the beauty of it. Drew has like legitimate gripes and reasons for where he's at, such and so does CM Punk. That's what makes it such a great story, a great angle. But he was about to freaking square up with Adam Pearce again until he threw the refs on the ground. Shit, he wasn't playing around until Seth Rollins showed up to warn him off, and he was gonna hit him with the curb stop. Drew slid out the ring. So I don't know where we're going with this thing. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I don't know what Seth is gonna be doing. As I don't want to see Seth. I don't want to see Seth and Drew. So I pray CM Punk gets healthy, and we can get this Drew CM Punk thing. I don't want Seth involved in this at all. Seth's got to do something else. Chris says Drew screwed Drew. Hey, there's an argument for that as well. I definitely can see a lot of people see that. But hey, man, I'm a Brett guy, and people said Brett screwed Brett, which is completely false. We know that wasn't true. So, being that we've seen this from Clash of the Council, every time he goes overseas to wrestle in front of his people, something happens. Did Drew really screw Drew? I don't know. I mean, there's an argument to be said. I mean, I'm not saying that he didn't, because he did some things too that were fucked. WrestleMania, man, he should be champion right now, which for his antics at WrestleMania, to be quite honest. Cranberry Drew, bigger Brett. Don't trigger me, man. Moving on. Let me see. Sheamus had a match with Bronson Reed. Really good match, in my opinion. I liked it, enjoyed it. Both of these guys can go. Definitely was, big man match, which was very stiff. Pause. That sounds weird. But it was a stiff fight, and between these two guys, very, strong style type of match. But Sheamus won with the knee. It's not the bro kick, but the jumping knee thing he does after Bronson Reed missed the moonsault. Bronson Reed is, I don't know how a guy that big can do a moonsault. It's crazy. But because he's bigger than he seems like he's bigger than a Bam Bam Bigelow type of dude. He's bigger than KO. Like, and the fact that he does a moonsault is insane. But yeah, he lost the match due to the knee. After the match, Pete Dunne came in to help him out with a blindside because he's about to Bronson was going to blindside Sheamus. Pete Dunne came in and intercepted it. But then afterwards, Pete Dunne attacked Sheamus too and got out the ring. So I'm not sure what the fuck's going on there. I don't know if we're going with a Sheamus Pete Dunne angle. I thought Pete Dunne was in a tag team. Not sure what happened with Tyler Bate. I honestly want a New Catch Republic to turn. I want Newcastle Republic to turn heel as a tag team, but I didn't. But this is like one guy doing this. Like, obviously they got the history with Brawl and Brutes, so we'll just have to stay tuned on that one. Sonya Deville destroyed. Well, technically, I mean, well, first of all, Zelina Vega had a really cool backstage segment with Sonya Deville talking about her forehead and her mustache and shit. That shit was funny. But this led to a match where Zelina Vega was, she did her thing, countered the, moves into DDT, her drop kicks and everything, but it was very short because she got Sonya Deville distracted the referee. Shayna Baszler came and stomped on her elbow on the ring apron, and that shit looked nasty. You know how Shayna does her shit. And then Sonya Deville just hit her with her finish and pinned her. So it was just like a filler match there just to show the dominance of this new group. And then later on in the night, Sonya Deville and the girls, Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, were in a tag team match, and Sonya Deville was their valet. And they defeated Casey Catanzaro. Well, no. Lacey Lane, no. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. They defeated them. Good match. I'm always a big fan of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. They do their thing. I do think that they need a little bit more pizzazz on the microphone. They need to figure out how to get themselves over. But in the ring, they're solid. And then in the ring with Zoe and Shayna too, they're solid. The matches are always good. So enjoyed that. The finish with Shayna Baszler hitting that knee after Zoe Starks hits the, like a wheelbarrow, it shit is fire. That finish is ill. But yeah, they're clearly trying to make this new group of Sonya, Zoe, and Shayna a dominant group, which will eventually lead towards the women's championship, which Rhea Liv, and or the tag team championship. They took out Damage Control last week, so Damage Control wasn't even nowhere to be found this week. So that's also on the wings of the women group looking for dominance. And when they come back, they might have like maybe a 6-man tag at WrestleMania or something like that. I mean, not WrestleMania, SummerSlam. That'd be dope. Or the week before SummerSlam was on Raw, because we know how like they built things now. They book things kind of like the week. They fly in. They have the same SmackDown at least in the same city they have the pay-per-view, and then they book the show. So that city is getting some matches on SmackDown that are technically storylines that have been built towards that pay-per-view, but the ones that don't make it on the pay-per-view end up being on the SmackDown. But since it's a Raw show, it could be on a pre-show, so they can do something for a pre-show since it's a Raw, angle that they're building. Possibly could be on a pre-show or something like that. That's just my takes on that. Maybe. Let's see. Eric Rowan, man. He had a really good segment. Pat McAfee's show got interrupted by the Wyatts again. They left another videotape, and he brought it to the production crew to air during the show. It was another interview with Uncle Howdy, but this time it was Eric Rowan talking, and he was really good. Much more, just like Bo Dallas's. It was, and they're calling him Bo Dallas. They're not changing his name. It was just, him talking about losing his brothers, and he, losing Brody, then losing Bray, and losing his family. He had the mask, and he said, "What did that make him feel?" He said, "It makes him feel hopeful." And he said, "We're going to turn all of our sorrow or our grief into some really good art or something like that." And we'll see. We'll see how things go. I'm enjoying the segment. That's not, I can say that I can't say anything bad about it. I just like seeing these segments with the Y6. I think it's good to understand their motivations. All right. And then we had Chad Gable calling them out. So Chad Gable called out Bo Dallas to the ring earlier in the night. He said he was going to do this, but then he went to the former Alpha Academy, Maxine, Otis, Akira Tozawa for backup, but they didn't decline him again. But he went out there to call out Bo. Bo came out, and almost immediately he got jumped by the Creed brothers. So it looks like there's a new alliance between Chad Gable and the Creed brothers as we anticipated. They beat the shit out of Bo Dallas for like a good 6 minutes, 7 minutes straight. It felt like forever, man. But he kept laughing the entire time. And eventually the lights went out, and the Y6 members came out, to help him up. But by that time, the Creed brothers and Chad had scurried off. So it was good little segment there. I would have liked to seen Bo get, other than just showing up and getting his ass beat. I want to see him fight back, but hey, I'm gonna just wait and see where they go with this. And then we had the main event: Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn. Do I gotta say it? Banger, dude! Like, it was banger. It was incredible. Like some of the shit that they do, especially Ilya Dragunov, the way he does it. I mean, Sami too, is incredible. It was incredible. It's funny because they go all out, right? Knowing that this is not going to be a clean finish. You got H-bat bombs off of the apron onto Sami. Sami's hitting his, ring apron, moonsault. It was, but they can't do help it but put on a show. Great shit there. Match of the night, of course, but it was interfered by Braun Breaker, who was he was taken out by security earlier in the night, so he didn't get involved, but somehow he got back in. Spear Dragunov, and then he took out Sami Zayn as well. And then that's how he stood tall in the ring at the end of the show. And that was it. That was the whole show. So it looks like we got a big triple threat for the IC Championship at SummerSlam. I'm here for it. All three of them guys are explosive, incredible, competitors and put on great matches. So can't wait for that one. But I think I got everything. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Those are my immediate takes. Nothing crazy happened tonight that, could, just, they're just slowly building towards SummerSlam. But more than anything, I'm Team Liz, man. And you know what? I might be Team Damian Priest too after this show. So see y'all on Friday for Smack Talk, or and all love.